Here's our weekly catch-up. Why does it do that every time? Most of the fiberglass on the turtle deck is ready for paint. There's a tiny bit of fill to put here. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I've sat the panels back on, like this one for instance, just with a couple of screws. I'll prime that with the rest of it so it's all the same colour and the same depth and all the rest of it. The fuselage is nice and clean. It's ready for its fabric. What I've decided to do is I'm going to start at this keel tube. There's a tube that runs down the centre. There's a tube that runs down the central line. I'll turn the aeroplane on its side and I'll start at that tube. Bring the fabric up this way and bring it up to whatever, a couple of inches above this line here. So up to probably about here somewhere, 2 or 3 inches, whatever. That's my plan. Rather than start here and work my way down. I guess you could do it either way, but that's just how I've decided to go about it. Let me know if you've tried it and it works the other way or whatever, and I'll rethink it. This panel here, this aluminium panel, I need to paint that as well. I need to prime that, but it hasn't been etched yet. So the next stage will be to etch that so that it's ready to paint. I don't want to prime the inside of the aeroplane. That's going to be raw metal. That was never the intention to prime it. I just want to prime that and probably that keel tube that we're talking about. I want to prime that as well because that's my starting point for my fabric. Okay, so that's fairly much what I'm up to. I masked off the accessories on the firewall, just loosely at the moment. It's not ready for paint, but I'm also, when I paint here, I'm also going to paint the fiberglass part of the, well, I guess where the engine cowl attaches. That needs to be primed anyway. It's been sanded lightly, but it needs to be primed. And yeah, you can read the local paper there if you like. Okay, so that's that bit. These wings are unchanged. These are the 2 lower wings. The fabric has been installed and shrunk, and it needs the grey UV protection phase yet, which it hasn't had, and then the primer, and then the actual colour. So they've got a fair bit to go. The wing was, holy badolly, sorry about that. The wing that was here in the paint shop has gone next door to the assembly hangar. All I've got is the horizontal stabiliser down there waiting for its actual colour, and the rudder here waiting for its final colour as well. So that's pretty good. They'll be done hopefully within the next few days, whenever I sort of feel like it. Yeah, so they're fairly close. I'll take you next door and show you that the wing I'm talking about. Here we are in the assembly hangar. This is the other wing, the one you've seen the last few weeks. There's the other one that I finished ages ago. Hopefully they're more or less the same colour. That'd be nice. I've got a little bit more work to do on that one yet. Yeah, when I was reading the drawing the other day, it calls for a nylon washer in here. The washer in here between the aileron and the wing itself, there's a nylon washer meant to go in there to stop end float of the aileron. There's obviously, I don't know, maybe quite a bit, maybe 0.15, 0.2 of an inch, something like that, a lot, several millimetres anyway. And I just used regular washers on the other wing, but on the drawing I noticed that they called for nylon washers. Now, nylon washers weren't part of the kit, but I managed to get some 08 washers, and I've installed them on this wing. Before we go too much further and I forget about it, I will take the regular washers out of that wing, wherever it is there, and install the nylon ones. I can't see the big deal about the washers. I'm sure steel ones would control the end float just as well as nylon ones, but the drawing calls for it, and so that's what it's going to get. It's no big deal. Well, it is a big deal. The big deal part is the microsurgery required to put the split pin back in the bolt with the castellated nut that goes through here and attaches the aileron to the wing, one on each end. One's reasonably easy to get to, and the other one is kind of up there with pushing the toothpaste back into the tube. But anyway, that's where we are this week. I'll carry on with a number of fronts now, and it just depends what I feel like as to which direction I go. This wing will come off these two engine stands pretty soon. Yeah, there's an engine stand down that end and there's another one down this end so that I could roll the wing over. And I think you almost just saw me do that, which is no big deal. I use this calibrated screwdriver here. And I can roll the wing wherever I want it. And there's several positions you can put the screwdriver back in. While you're doing whatever it is you want it to do. Yeah, I'll probably have the wing flat while I try and replace these nylon washers on the other wing. But I've got another table. I'll bring that in here and offload this onto the table, which will free up the engine stands. But we're getting there. Top wings are, apart from the wing tips, which are coming very, very soon. Matter of fact, they can come whenever they feel like it. Another thing I want to do once this is off the stand, just got to lead with the ailerons though. This is the wing's upside down right now. This is the bottom of the wing, but it doesn't matter. The top's similar. There's a fairing that goes between the two wings. The two wings are about this far apart. Yeah, about this far apart. The other one, they attach here and attach here. That sets the sweep of the wing. This is my fuel tube. It's a sight glass to show the fuel level, and it'll have marks up this rib showing that I've got 10 litres, 20 litres, whatever it is, so that I can see that really, really well when I'm sitting in the in the driver's seat, which will be back that direction somewhere, and I'm looking up this way. I've cut a couple of slots in the fairing, remember, so I can see through and see these. I want this painted white. I want it much brighter than the cream colour of the wing. So I can do that once it comes off this engine stand. Then I can get in there with just a can of spray can and spray it white, bright refrigerator white. I think I've already done the other wing. But anyway, that's it, enough gibberish. That's what the wing looks like now that it's been moved. Okay, don't forget, try and get your feet off the ground this weekend. I probably will. I'm a pig, yeah. There's the RV over here ready to go, and I might go for a little fly tomorrow just to punch a hole in the sky. My new tenant has moved his RV7 in here, 7A. The rest of the hangar's pretty much unchanged. Oh, no, there's another Oster that's missing. The second Oster that normally lives where the camera is at the moment. It's been moved elsewhere. So yeah, so there we go. Like I say, try and get your feet off the ground if you can. You know what the rules are. I know that's pretty tricky for some of you to do, but do your best. And I'll talk to you again next week, hopefully. There wasn't any update last week, so don't go thinking you're gone crazy because you didn't see it. Like I said, I was busy on other projects, so I didn't get very much done on the Renegade. This week I've been busy with other projects as well, but I've actually been achieving something on the aeroplane as well, so it's pretty good. All right, have a good weekend. I'll catch you later. Bye now.